spring will be over after today. How's it gone for you guys? I know it's different with the new coaching staff, but how's it gone? I'll start with Mitchell.
It's gone pretty smoothly, I think. It's going to be a transition coming in with a whole new staff, but I think everyone so far has bought in, and it's just been pretty simple transition.
To piggyback on that, I think it's been a smooth transition. I mean, we've just used this time to kind of learn each other, and the team's bought in, and we're really buying into the new coaching staff, and we're learning kind of what they expect from us and what they want from us, and it's just been a good experience as a whole, I think.
You both came here as walk-ons and now are in important roles. Mitchell, for you, you're projected to start at linebacker, I guess. So what is that like for you to now be, one of the key guys on the defense? I know you haven't. That didn't come out right.
No, yeah. It's pretty cool because being from Tulsa, I went to games here growing up, and then now coming on as a walk-on and then earning a scholarship, I think that's a life dream that I can say I've accomplished. So it's pretty neat to see how far I've come.
That happened on your birthday, right?
Yeah.
Were you expecting that at all? Was that last year?
2 years ago. Yeah, no, I wasn't expecting it, but
Obviously you put in a lot of work to get to that point. What was that? What were your emotions like when that happened?
I can't even remember what happened when he said it. It was just everybody rushed me, and I was just overcome with emotions. Yeah, it was crazy.
Cam, for you, your dad played with Philip Montgomery in college. Is that right? There's some connection there.
Yeah, they played together. He was a receiver for him back then in the day.
So is that what led to you coming to TU?
It played a huge role, just knowing that there was a relationship there, and I knew I'd have a real opportunity. We kind of talked about it, and it just kind of gave me hope that I would see that chance come through. Like, I believed everything he was telling me, that I'd have an opportunity to fight for that scholarship, so I went for it.
You played a lot on special teams in your career. What is it about, being a returner that you like?
It's just you and the ball. You get to be back there and just try to make a play and do what you can do to help the team, and it's really exciting.
All right, for Mitchell, on one hand, football is football, and it's a game you've played for years and years. On the other, we just heard Coach Wilson talk about all the work it takes to get everybody on the same page, and there is a lot there. I mean, I know almost every program deals with this, or players, deal with this all the time, but what has been kind of the biggest adjustment? What is the trickiest part of getting used to a new coaching staff, getting to know those guys, and having a new team come together, all the work that goes on this spring?
I think just building trust with everybody, hanging out with guys. Like, we had a lot of transfers come in, hanging out with them, getting to know them, but also getting around the coaching staff more than we would have in the past. And so building that relationship, I think, has been a big part, and them getting to know us and us getting to know them, and relying on them and them relying on us. So
Maybe the same thing.
For me, I think the biggest thing was just learning kind of your new expectations and your new reality. I mean, everybody has what they want from your players and how your players want from your coaches. So it was just learning that relationship and really bonding with them and understanding what they expect from us and how we needed to really practice and participate and try to be the program we want to be.
Mitchell, maybe talk about your new position coach, Coach McFarland. He had a pretty good reputation. We knew of that at Oklahoma State. Give us some idea of how he is as a coach, a communicator, what you think of him so far.
He's full of energy. He's running around all over the place. He's serious when he needs to be. But during practice, he's around everybody, running around, jumping, hollering. Good plays happen, he's there. Bad plays happen, he's there coaching. So he's a ball of energy, that's for sure.
What is Ryan Switzer like to play for?
When thinking about playing for him, he's a real technical coach. He wants the best out of all of us. The first thing he ever told us is he won't cheat us. So, you make a good play, he's going to congratulate you and hype you up, but then he's also going to tell you what you could have did better and how that play could have turned into a touchdown versus just a big play, and just the little things. And he's really trying to teach us to be the best receiver we can be, not just an explosive room, but the best room in the country. So that's his goal, that's our goal, and that's what we're striving to achieve.
As a returner, has he going back to Coach Switzer, I mean, he was a really good returner at North
Definitely
Carolina.
was.
Has he told you that? But how has that helped you? I don't know how many returns you guys do during, but how has he helped you with that?
I think the biggest thing he's done for me in that aspect is just telling me like kind of what he looked at, what he did, and just how he practiced it. Yeah, he practiced so hard at the returns that when it came time in the games that he was prepared for everything, and he's really showed me how to really practice at punt returning and to make those big plays, to not just be surprised when they happen, but to expect them to happen.
With the change, and I'll ask both of you this, with the change, I'm not going to ask you whether something's better or worse, but it's different. So in your eyes, after all of spring ball, you got one more practice, each of you, what's different?
I think a big emphasis for this coaching staff in this spring has just been getting to know everybody and getting closer and being able to trust everybody more than we have in the past. I think that's probably the biggest difference I've noticed is everybody's around each other all the time. We're hanging out outside of football as well as on the field. And so getting able to trust everybody completely, everybody's going to do their job, their 1/11th. I think that's the biggest difference so far.
Kind of to piggyback on that, I think the relationships are just different. I mean, everybody's kind of different in how they connect to their coaches and different things. It's just a kind of a different environment, I would say. So everybody's just trying to buy in and come together, and I think it's really kind of helped in that way. As before we were all kind of familiar with each other, and now everything's so new that everybody's just kind of together and trying to figure it all out together. So that's been really different.
Mitchell, how you've been running number one with Julian, and then Colton is there too, two newcomers. Just, I mean, it's a whole new linebacker crew.
Yeah.
From losing 3 stars. Just how has that group, in your eyes, progressed?
I think we've done great throughout the spring. We're all learning the new system, and so we're all there to help each other. So when one has questions, we all try to answer them together. There's no starters right now. There's no ones or twos. So if we can help each other in any way we can, that's what we're going to do.
Any other questions?
Coach was telling us about the 12 guys who are like leaders within the team. How has that gone? For you guys having, the groups within the team. That maybe, is it more accountability or what is that like?
I think when looking at the 12 groups, it's just put more accountability on the players as a whole. So now telling people where to be and making sure people are there on time is on us. It's not on any of the coaching staff or anybody around that. It's on us to make sure our team's where they need to be. And I think it's really led to people stepping up and being more vocal and leading the team and garnering more respect from players just because they know, like, you're trying to put them in the right position and you're doing what's best for them. Even though coaches might be telling people to do something, they know it's coming from players and they respect that.
And yeah, we want to be a player-led team, and so I think this really helps get those leaders more involved. And like you said, it's big accountability partner type thing.
And Mitchell, you're one of those leaders.
I am.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So how has that gone? Did it take time for you to adjust to that?
It took a little bit of time, but once we just started rolling, it was pretty simple. We're just making sure everybody knows what's happening that day, and everybody's on time for anything. So it's been a good thing for sure.
If someone in your group messes up, how do you deal with that?
Did anybody run yet?
No, nobody's ran yet. It depends what it is. If they miss a class, we'll do a study hall or something after practice. But if they're late for a workout, we'll hang around and we'll just make sure it gets corrected.
So roughly how many guys are you communicating with? And how often do you have to send out a group text or however you do?
I think there's like 8 or 9 guys on my platoon, we call them, and I'm texting them every day, just keeping them updated with the schedule and making sure they know where to be. Something
that you were honored to do, excited to do? Sounds to me just like more work, but something you were excited about?
Everyone voted for the 12 platoon leaders, so I think it was a big honor to be just one of the 12, and so I've kind of accepted that role and done the best I can at it.
To come from being a walk-on, and guy you're playing right next to just came from USC. You know what I mean? And now
Yeah.
you're in this position in the mix as a leader. I mean, just what does that mean to you coming?
It's great. You know, I've worked hard to get where I am, and so just to see my hard work kind of start paying off, it's a really good feeling.
Just before we close out, tell us when you guys graduated, got your bachelor's, and in what?
So I got my bachelor's in 2021 in finance, and now I'm working on my MBA.
So I got my bachelor's last summer in 2022. I graduated in 3 years in exercise sports science.
And you going for a master's too?
Yes, sir. I'm currently in the MBA program, and I should graduate in December.
So no basket weaving classes. You make it just
No.
football all the time. You guys-
Parents were educators. They made sure I got an education.
Anything else? Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.